For the record.
For the record. For the record. For the record.
Here's for the record.
Record.
Here's for the record. Here's for the record.
Yo.
Yeah.
What up, everybody?
Hello, world. Hola. Another fucking episode, you guys. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
So, yeah, welcome back. For the record, we got my good friend Bear, Barack.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, brother.
Eric. Call me Barack. Or Bear. Everybody calls me Bear.
Everybody. So, real quick, short story. Just the last time I did see you,
Yeah.
I came downstairs. You were passed out on my pool table
Yeah.
with a bear rug
Yeah.
wrapped around you on my pool table that you tore off my wall.
That's actually the second instance that I've had with a bear rug. at an after party. Yeah.
That
Has to be the most gangster
Yeah,
way to pass out.
I
I've
have
fucking heard.
I have pictures on my Instagram, dude, drunk at an after party, all blacked out with a fucking bear rug on.
All right.
Walking around with a bear, yeah.
All right. So,
But I was probably legitimately just looking for a blanket.
no, it's
Yeah.
cold. It's
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and now Jeremiah will not display his bear rug ever again.
He took his toys and went home.
Understandable.
My
Understandable.
bear rug.
Understandable.
Well, let's get into it, bro. What album did you pick?
Life After Death, Notorious B.I.G.
Sir?
Undeniably one of the best, in my opinion.
I mean,
Can't be argued.
yeah, coming up, skateboarding, high school years, dude. The jam. And
Yeah.
I got Versace shades on, so.
You had to do it.
I mean, it was down to Pac and Biggie. Had to go with Biggie, dude.
And is there a reason that you feel that way, where it had like when it comes down to Pac and Biggie, like
Back in the day, kind of like I was explaining to you earlier before we started, I definitely listened to All Eyes on Me. Like, that was my jam. All Eyes on Me was my fucking shit, dude, in the late 90s. What, 96, maybe? Pac died in, like, 96, I think.
yeah, 96.
So it would have been, like,
97.
95, 94. But, yeah, All Eyes on Me was, like, that was my shit. And in that time, it was, like, everything was so gangster, East-West.
It was like a battle.
Being, you know, just whatever, being closer to the west, because you're not either coast to Montana, but you're closer to the west. So obviously, just on popular culture, fucking what was going at that time, it was like, all right, gotta side with the West Coast. But as I get, like, just, and then learning more about Christopher Wallace, man, and like, just the dude's flow, like he's got
It's
flow,
just
like,
so clean.
and so growing up freestyling, you know, obviously gives me like an appreciation for Biggie and his flow. Like, he's more of like he's like the dude's freestyling pretty much.
Yeah.
And you know, Pac was so like well put together, trained, classically trained. You know what I mean? Like acting school. He knew how to write. He was getting taught from all these people.
Yeah.
So
Pac went to Juilliard.
yeah. So it's like
He was like a poet, you know? Pac was like a poet.
100,
Yeah.
100. Like
Yeah.
still one of the greatest rappers.
Yeah. Also
And like the influence,
undeniable.
as far as like art as the emotion, the expression that you're creating, like I don't think anything will ever probably go back to those times as far as like people are dying. I mean, people are still dying, but it's not as like it's not as tragic now because nobody writes like Pop. It's like all this new rapper shit that like people are getting killed. It's like you kind of expect it. You don't you don't look any farther from the music because the music's so shallow and so
Yeah, it was
it's so simple. Like you expect that shit to be happening amongst that clique of hip hop artists. But back in the day, Pac was so smart. He was like too smart.
Yeah, for his
Lifestyle-
time.
Yeah. It was life imitating art.
So-
Like he was.
Same with Biggie though. Like, I know, like I knew these two when they were 23. I don't know when you were much older than I, but when I was 23, I was making dumb decisions.
I'm still making them.
And these two from the streets, like in their era, at 23 years old, and becoming that famous that quick at that time period, and doing what they're doing, like for sure. How would you not expect to die? Like,
Yeah, so this,
So-
this
so
album came
involved.
out in
I'm a-
'96.
I'm like somewhat of a conspiracy theorist, whatever.
Yeah.
On the whole, just like it seems like such a setup. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was
Diddy
like
had
this,
Pac Hill.
yeah, like well, and even just like the music industry in general.
yeah, you can
That-
make more money if they're
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, or just creating things to talk
drama.
about drama, dude. I mean, that it still goes on today in the media. That's what
Yeah.
the media is. And so it seems like, looking back now, then it didn't, but now looking back, it's like, oh man, those guys got used up. Like they.
Reminds me of that Biggie quote, "You're nobody until somebody kills you."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they
Right.
they kind of lived that. You know
Yeah.
what
I
I
think
mean?
that's the last song on this album, if I remember. You're nobody.
They,
forget.
quite literally manifested their own.
Their
outcome,
own death.
their demise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They-
Like they,
they
were
were
talking
li- they
about
were
it in
living that
albums, before it
Yeah.
happened. It was like,
Yeah, they were living that movie. Like,
Yeah, it was like a tragic drama.
Yeah, you gotta be
You know,
careful.
like, and then the conclusion, everybody's like, "Holy fucking shit!" You know, like,
So
and
with
they
it-
became legends because of it.
with this album, it was gonna be dropped, and then Biggie was in that big car wreck, so they got
Yeah.
pushed. So Biggie died in '97. This guy March 9th, '97, when Biggie died, and this came out like late '90, like September '96. I know this because I was with
so-
me, and motherfucker was good.
yeah, I don't know. I'm
I
not.
got facts on deck.
I'm not sure of the day Biggie died, but I do know the day that
March
Tupac
9th,
died
1997.
was in September '96 because I lost my virginity. I did, yeah, fucking crazy.
September 7th, 1996.
That's what it was, huh? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I lost my virginity.
Me
that
too.
night.
I
I
was 7 years old.
I was a freshman in high school. Yeah. So
Damn.
I'll always remember. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Crazy.
So off of this album, obviously everyone knows this song. Like this is like everyone's favorite song for some reason.
yeah, there's a
I'm
few.
curious. Like, do you have a favorite song off of this? Like,
I mean-
there's like a go-to. Like,
It's so cliche, but Juicy is like, maybe the greatest rap song of all time.
right?
I'd say it's in fucking running.
Arguably also one of the dopest samples too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty fucking sick.
For
I've been
sure.
listening to it actually quite a bit this week. I don't know why.
For sure. Yeah. So, that's cliche, but that's the truth.
It's a great song.
It
It's
is.
a great fucking
It is,
song.
It is. It comes on anywhere you're at. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, the culture where you're at. Here. Okay, it's all white people. And different kinds of white people, obviously. But here, there's a lot of, redneck. And, like,
Yeah.
and
But you put Juicy on.
you put it on, and it's
everyone-
fucking word by word. You know what I mean? So,
Everyone
like,
is
it
just
crosses-
like, damn.
Yeah, it was crossing boundaries so long ago.
Yeah.
As far as
I can agree with that.
sticking to his head. So, like, I love that. Like, that's powerful.
Yeah. For sure.
Legendary song.
Truthfully, like Hypnotize has always been my least favorite song. I don't know why. Unfortunately, like
Yeah, it was like the MTV shit you'd see, and then
it got
when you
jammed
dug
down
deep into
our
the album,
throats.
you're like, there's so many better songs than that shit.
So it seems like Hypnotize was his like attempt at doing some West Coast type shit.
okay,
You know
I
what
can
I mean?
hear that.
It almost
It was
like
also like one of like the radio plays tracks.
That's a good point. I never even thought of
yeah,
that.
so because he had to get like he was trying to obviously sell records on the West Coast.
Yeah, which was
And,
probably hard to fucking
yeah.
do back then
Well,
with the
just
whole
get
East
more,
Coast,
yeah,
West Coast shit.
exactly, and like people so identifying with the styles from the East and the West.
Yeah.
But I think this was kind of his attempt at like
It almost sounds like a Dre beat now that you
exactly,
said that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
exactly,
oh, shit,
exactly.
you're right.
Which,
Exactly. It doesn't sound like that era East Coast at all.
yeah.
But his flow is so fucking dope. I mean, he can go to anything.
Yeah.
Dude can go to anything.
Sure. It does sound a little grainy. I didn't realize how dirty this album was. It's been a while since this one's been played, and even longer since I cleaned it. So my apologies to the audience if that sounded all that good.
Or mine. I mean, I picked it.
This album was released on March 25th, 1997, and this album was released 16 days after his death.
He was supposed to be. It would have been his 50th birthday earlier this week.
Yep.
Have you seen that movie? I mean, it explains the whole scandal with Johnny Depp. It's called L.A. something. I don't remember. It's super popular movie. Great movie because it really breaks it down. Like,
For Biggie?
yeah,
I have not seen that. Maybe I have to check that out.
yeah, and Death Row and like all the all the affiliations. Yeah,
I
exactly.
have not watched that. I did know that just recently Snoop Dogg took over Death Row.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he bought that shit.
yeah.
That's a tough power move right there.
That is like, damn, dude. Like, I thought truly I didn't know that Death Row was still a company. I thought that shit just like died with Suge and Pac, and they just not that Suge's dead, but just like as a company, like that shit was over.
Yeah.
We're done with that. No more
Yeah,
Death Row.
I couldn't tell you a fucking artist that's on Death Row Records in the past 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, after Dre left and after Pac left, there's just like,
Yeah.
what else do you got? Dre left, like,
I mean, yeah. I think it obviously was still going in, like, in an underground sense. Probably in a small circle in LA.
for sure. And what is this? Is this Interscope still?
Yeah.
Interscope. And also, like, Interscope, like, after, some people left and did their own thing, like, Emwin did his own thing, like, who, I don't know. Music industry is a little odd. I don't know.
Los Angeles is fucking a little bit odd. Yeah. The music, movie industry, the media, entertainment.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, media.
So a good shout out to Biggie. In 2006, Billboard and Source issued out their 150th issue and named Biggie Smalls the greatest rapper of all time.
I can't argue that.
Yo, he gave Fat Boys a chance, man. Like, shout out Biggie, man. Let's
I
do
mean,
it.
for the biggest, no pun intended, the biggest splash in that amount of time, you could argue Biggie Smalls is the
A little less
greatest
than 4
rapper
years.
ever. But if you're going with the, like, you gotta have longevity, you gotta put out mad albums, you gotta stay relevant, you gotta adjust
Well,
your
just
style. You know what I
imagine if he
mean?
didn't
Like,
die, bro.
it would probably wouldn't be as iconic.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it
you know
would
what I
be.
mean?
He would've-
Because this literally defines that time and their style.
Yeah.
So if
No,
they,
it
if
did.
They
It
would've moved on, they
captivated.
would have had to move along with shit, you know.
And
what I
it
mean?
would
Like,
it kind of would have sucked, I bet.
and they weren't independent artists, so they didn't have the choice to do their
Yeah.
own fucking thing.
They didn't
you know
have
what
the
I mean?
creativity anymore.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's
These
a
are
damn
all,
shame though. Like less than 4 years. He signed with Bad Boy in 1993, and so he has like 3 years of making music, and he did this amount of shit. Like that's just impressive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Become a fucking icon in 3 years that will never be forgotten in a whole genre. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes down to hip hop, it's like who? Tupac, Biggie. They're like the first names that come up.
To everyone. Still, like, what you were about to say is, like, what he did in his time, amazing. You can't deny it, da-da-da-da. But to me, it's, like, Big L, most people don't even know who
I
the
love Big L,
fuck
yeah.
Big L.
Yeah,
So
Big L's up there. Like it's like Big L, it's Guru,
I mean,
Technically, I mean, like,
Afu Rock.
like as the best rapper, Big L. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be Big L. Like, just his whole style is so unique and it's so fucking crazy. What I don't know. Yeah.
So that's, but as far as like most common people go, what you're gonna throw on during a party or just to listen to,
right.
I would have to side with Biggie myself, just because like his flow, the beats, and this is what most people also don't realize is like Biggie never featured a lot of people. It's always
Right.
just him as an
Right.
artist. Tupac, every other song has a feature, and he never really does 3/16s other than on a few songs.
I
So.
think once again going back to the difference in like the bass and that like Biggie's a fucking freestyle rapper. He's from the streets, dude. Like he was out on the corner to beatboxes. And
Oh, yeah,
fucking,
slang shit, rap shit.
Yeah.
and getting it like having to adjust to whatever random fucking dude, it's probably beatboxing or whatever. Maybe like they got somebody on the block.
Yeah,
they go
yeah,
to,
yeah.
But like Pac's he had it all at his fingertips, dude. He
did.
He could literally fucking line shit out
Right.
and set it up like that, knowing, taking fucking cues from other genre. He was just a little more diverse and
For sure.
cultured.
Could rap about
in a
anything.
musical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could rap about anything.
no, I will give it to fucking Pac. Like, he could make you feel like you are a part of the fucking story. Like, you were Brenda's got a baby.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
I'm not a woman and I'm not pregnant, but
Yeah.
I feel their pain.
I have a baby.
Pac was a storyteller, and Biggie it was his
Bar
flow.
guy.
It was his flow. It was bars, yeah. Bars,
But a good storyteller as well, just
for-
in a different sense.
for sure. It's just more off the top, and it's like a little more abstract. Pac was sitting down
Yeah,
writing for
Pac was
years,
like
days,
you could feel yourself in it, and then with Biggie, it was more like, okay, I'm in your shit, like kind of thing. Like you felt like you were a part of that fucking New York street shit.
The beats were carrying Biggie's raps. He's rapping to that kick,
Yeah.
and Pac was producing, just building it way different, like building it way more from like a professional musician
Yeah.
theory. There's like certain formulas in music and rhythm that you can go to that you're gonna always get a good result. That's what pop music is. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fucking
Right.
formula
There
that
is.
the ear will always hear and be drawn in by. And some people in the art are concerned with sitting down and making that thing happen because they so want to nerd out and like just build this fucking Bohemian Rhapsody masterpiece of
Yeah.
production. And then there's Biggie that's just all
Give me a mic and watch what I do with it.
yo, it's just coming from his soul, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's not really a lot of planning.
that's a
There's not
great
really a lot of
analogy. I
planning
really
that
do
went
like
into
that.
it. It didn't, you know what I mean? And you see like him going in the studio and basically just dropping fucking freestyles, dude,
Yeah,
coming out
dude,
like,
bring in the booze, bring in the bitches. I'm gonna drop some heat.
You ever, I mean, do you ever just like, you ever compare just like West Coast between East Coast and just like get those vibes of like
Shit.
West Coast is like so hard and meant to be like boom boom boom, we're pushing this shit, and then you hear an East Coast rapper and you're just like, yo, just like maybe not like try and do it, just maybe just
What's weird?
chill.
What's weird is that when you say East Coast rap, what you're saying is New York, because you're not saying Miami. Nobody thinks of Trick Daddy.
And that is
Nobody thinks of
also
fucking
very true.
any of that shit, and that's East Coast.
You got Bear dropping jewels on.
That's East
Yeah,
Coast,
yeah.
and so when you say West Coast, all you're
Everyone
saying is
is
LA,
LA,
because
yeah,
LA and the
alright,
fucking
fair
Bay
enough.
are completely different. LA and the Bay might as well be East Coast, West Coast, because it's that fucking different.
That is very true.
And I'm
yeah.
a
like, you got
far,
you got some
far,
like ghetto ass LA shit, and then you got some hypey ass shit.
far bigger fan of Bay Area rap than I am LA flavor.
Who's your favorite?
My fucking favorite rapper growing up. The reason I started freestyling
This is gonna be my next.
was Too Short.
Too short.
I
Oh,
had a fucking. My mom had a 1978 Grand Prix when I was 15 years old, and I got my license. I had a fucking boombox in the back, but it didn't have like a tape player in it. And I just, it was like Too Short. It was just so raw. I mean, honestly, at that point in time, to be dead honest, it was crass. It was obnoxious, and so it was the rebellion of my teenage
love
years
this
that was
shit.
incorporated in the rebellion of my teenage years because it was so foul. It was like when I was a little kid, it was
some
2 Live
Ivy
Crew.
Thug shit,
I liked
bro.
2 Live Crew when I was fucking
Shit, pop that
8
pussy,
years
boy.
old. Yeah, or so Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall.
Yeah,
He had a great fall.
yeah.
The King's Horse and all the King's Men couldn't put that fat motherfucker back together again. Like, I just liked anybody that was stepping out saying some fucking crazy shit, you know what I mean, against
Yeah.
against the grain, against the popular culture that people. And Too Short, dude. Fuck that guy. How many albums has he? He's put out like 20 albums. But like the whole swag in the Bay is so sick. It's like Pac was from the Bay.
Yeah?
His mom, Oakland.
Yeah.
Panther shit, fucking going because it's like the Oakland and San Fran, dude. I used to visit there just until a few years ago. My friend lived there, and so I go every year to skate. Obviously, it's like the skateboard mecca, San Francisco, but Oakland is like cultured, good people, smart, like educated. It's crazy. It's not like other places, and they know that, dude. Like that's why they flex so fucking hard. I love everything that came out of the Bay, honestly. I don't jam it all the time. Like it's not like necessarily the mood I'm in all the time. But it's its own thing. As far as hip hop and its own like realm, I think the Bay has its own shit locked.
It's certified
So much harder than anything else. This shit, the Mac Dre, the
Rappin'
fucking
Forte.
Andre Nicotina,
Andre
Rappin' Forte, Digital
yeah.
Underground.
E40.
Yeah, E40,
E40,
dude.
yeah.
Fucking, I mean,
Andre Nicotina. Holy shit, we used to
that-
jam that
yeah,
guy.
and that shit is so different than anything. You know what I mean? Like the Bay is
What
slapping
was
some
the
pimp shit.
guy? I'm drawing a blank. Skate, push, skate.
That's Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah,
Lupe.
Lupe
But that's,
Fiasco.
no, he's from Chicago, I believe.
He's not from the Bay.
No? He's
Damn.
Chicago, I
All
think.
right, well, my bad.
That might be a Google. I'm talking out of my asshole. I'm pretty sure Lupe's Chicago.
He could be. I don't know. Maybe Common. I mean, Common.
Common. I
Common's
thought.
from Chicago.
Yeah, Common is.
Common, Kanye,
Chicago, yeah.
fucking Chance the Rapper.
No shit. Damn. I don't know why I thought he was from the Bay. My bad.
Is Hyro might be from Hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphics
Yeah,
now.
that's Cali shit.
Well, yeah, they're from the Bay. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they're
yeah,
from the Bay.
they are definitely from the Bay Area.
But then even you got like California has its like
Oh,
complete,
yeah.
like 3 or 4 different climates of hip hop because you got like the central, that super ratchety meth fucking
yeah. Swollen Members came out of.
Brother Lynch hung.
Yeah.
fucking, you know what I mean? All
you wanna
that
talk about some
crazy
shit, dude.
gore rap shit. or
Brother
whatever
Lynch
the fuck.
hung.
Yeah.
That was like, guess what daddy's bringing home? For supper.
Yeah, dude. X-rated, fuck, all
Yeah.
that, like all that shit.
Yeah. All right. I can see what you're saying, and so all right, my bad. When I say East Coast, West Coast, I was talking about L.A. to New York.
Yeah, everybody is. That's what I'm saying. Is like we just like kind of
Just
without
skip without
thinking too far deep into it
Right.
and just like put the label on, because it's just so easy and it's just what we
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do apologize for that.
Oh, man, that's the thing.
That is a thing though. That most people are like, oh, East Coast, West Coast, and it's not. It's
No, it's basically
LA.
just LA versus New York. That's dope, man. I never thought of it that way.
And who wants
Yeah.
to be a bigger city?
Well, and at the end of the day, back then, it was just those were before the internet where you could reach the whole world instantly. it was you had to have target areas. You know, L.A. and New York are the biggest selling
Yeah.
places because they had the most people.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know what I mean? So that's where your market is. So that's why they beef the whole, you know what I mean? You're just beefing markets.
Yeah.
And it was like the West Coast companies were trying to hold on to the West Coast and the people there, and these were trying to do it, and they didn't want to like.
And now you're like.
It wasn't really the rappers, you know what I mean? It was something bigger. Like those dudes don't have that kind of power. Like,
And they were just
Without
trying to
someone behind them pulling the
captivate
strings.
like one city, their state, but still trying to reach the masses. And now it's like, don't worry about your state, don't worry about your city, reach everyone. somehow,
right. Well, you
somehow.
have the availability to do that. Like you can
Right.
reach
So-
reach the entire world.
So you grew up here in the
I did.
Flat.
I did.
So how did you come across hip hop? How did you come across?
So I was born in Kansas, in the northeastern.
Click your heels 2 times.
Yeah. But I was fucking hyped to get out of there. So I got into hip hop when I was real young. Like, I mean, I was like 6, 7. I mean, it was some of the first music that.
before you moved here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just liked it. You know what I mean? I was just.
What were your staples? Like the first of the first.
The first of the first, dude. When I was a kid,
Sounded like Sony Walkman shit.
I mean, she's like Arrested Development.
Okay.
Because I was like, you know, like in that era too. Also, white culture was having a bit of a hard time with like what was acceptable. You know, because that's like the Two Live Crew. You know, that's why I was so into the Two Live Crew because it was so obnoxious.
Yeah,
so
it was out there.
So
It was
literally,
different.
it was like Arrested Development was like the only shit I remember being like a young kid in Kansas able that my parents would let me listen to. So everything else I had to go like hide. I had to like bury my fucking Two Live Crew tapes, my Garbage Pail Kids, and my Playboys and shit. You know what I mean? And it was like, I mean, there was the underground hustle during the time I was in like the fucking first grade. You know what I mean? I was like, just
so
looking
funny
for
as
to
shit.
get shit that I wasn't supposed to have. Yeah. So holy shit. I think. Yeah,
All right.
I lost it.
No. So you get into a little bit of hip hop and you move.
So so I moved to Montana. I was skateboarding when I was in Kansas, like 7, 8 years old, and then it like kind of died. I moved here when I was like 12, and it was like skateboarding was a fad in Kansas for like a couple years, and then it really just like shut down. People weren't ready. So when I moved to Montana, and my first day at school, I noticed there were kids like there were skaters. Skaters in Kansas. So I was like, oh shit, like I love skateboarding. Like, got in with those guys, and it was just like kind of the outcasts of like whatever our grade, you know what I mean? And most of them weren't. It was a mix of punk rock and hip hop, honestly. And it wasn't so much about picking a style of the music as much as it stood for the same thing. Like punk rock and hip hop have so much in common because it's bucking the system. You know what I mean? Doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like, you know, really just no
It's
apologies.
like the reflection of the outsider.
Yeah, so I was just a rebel teenager, so hip hop just fit the vibe.
Yeah.
And especially at that time with all the gangster rap shit. I mean, that's a
Gangster rap.
holy shit, that's a whirlwind of. Yeah, I mean back in the day of like it was Rage Against the Machine, you know, because like I was way into Rage Against the Machine, and funny thing, they had an interview in a metal magazine. I think it was Heavy Metal. I don't remember actually. I'm talking shit, but it was a metal magazine, and they asked Rage Against the Machine what it was like to be the #1 metal band in the world. In the Zach Taylor wrote this. I don't know. Ask Tool, we're a rap band.
That's dope.
Ask Tool, we're a rap
That's
band.
dope.
And that's the truest shit
Shout
ever.
out
They're
Maynard.
straight up fucking shout out Maynard. That's like my favorite fucking, maybe my
He's
favorite
a
band
special
ever,
person, dude.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
the
just
best
the
answer
whole
you've ever
vibe
had,
of
man.
that era of time is really what it is for me. And being a teenager at it is the perfect storm just to be a fucking rebel and love all that shit that was pushing limits
Yeah.
and
Speaking about
exposing
being a-
exposing truth. You know what I mean? It was like hip hop is the voice of the streets, and it's like unfiltered, just truth. There's no doctored up shit. You know, that's kind of some of the difference with Biggie and Tupac is that, like, I think Biggie should have just less doctored up, less flash, less like, you know.
And just so everyone knows that's watching, Bear is like our gangster rap, like concierge at the bowling alley.
Ah, yes.
Hey, can I put on some music? And it's always some like gangster ass shit. So sorry to interrupt on that, but I had to throw that in there.
No, I do.
He's the dude putting gangster rap on over the speakers and rolling doobies at the bar.
Yeah.
That's Bear.
Yeah, and I'm a hypocrite because I love just some of the fucking worst thugginess, just catchy shit, new fucking rap,
Pop
dude.
Smoke, bro.
Well, yeah, I fucking
Smoke
love
is
Pop
gangster
Smoke,
as
dude.
fuck,
I
dude.
fucking love Pop Smoke, dude. I have a
Even 50 Cent, like we were talking about this yesterday, like 50 Cent, like gangster rapper of our our generation, like he had an interview a couple weeks ago. He's like, dude, Pop Smoke's the new 50 Cent.
I almost picked fucking Get Rich or Die Trying.
See,
When I looked at that, because that one says a lot for my. That was just right after, like that was just graduating high school and stepping into the world, and for me selling drugs and fucking literally living the life off of a record.
Right.
Like the music influenced me so much that I fucking.
That is why we're fucking here today.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's true though. Like it has an effect. Like, I mean, that's like that. That was who I looked up to. You know, like those are my role models. And coming from like when you don't have a lot of family, I don't have a lot of family. You know what I mean? And like that's the dynamic that kind of like leaves the ghetto in the same scenario. Is that there's so many fucking broken families, blah blah blah, that people don't have anything to look to as reference.
Right.
And so they look to the immediate, the popular fucking thing that's being fed, shoved down your throat. And
I get you. I like
as much as you, I'm a fucking artist, so like it's like I am all about free speech. I'm all about fucking not censoring and do it when you want. But when you're an artist, you must understand the power that you possess and the energy that you're responsible for and what you distribute.
You are. It's insane though. Like, just think like, so these people at such a young age, like Biggie and Pac, at the age of like 22, like how much influence they had over the world, and they were responsible for the outcome of what they said and did. Like, I mean, Pac brought the Bloods and the Crips together. Something that countries cannot do. It's insane. And then at 22, he was responsible for that. Like, that is insane. And then as a young kid, like looking up to these guys and being like, damn, like I want to be like them, I'm going to be like them, I'm going to do as them. And then choosing that lifestyle. But what they're saying and what they're doing are completely separate, because both of them speak such positive messages overall, but the life that they chose was not that positive, you know, like at all times. Like, I mean, everybody slips
For sure, dude. I have Ryder tattooed on my fucking stomach.
Oh damn you!
I mean, like, and that's straight up ambitions as a writer. Like, that's in my head. I can't deny it.
Yeah, Ryder, you don't want to fuck with
And that's
me.
like, but I think back to the parallels when I'm trying to figure out my own psychology and fucking do some fucking introspection of how I got to here. And fuck, man, Tupac was this little dude, and he was just rowdy about it, like little man syndrome, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just had a little man syndrome, and I fucking could align with that 100. Like, you fucking gotta be extra feisty. And the dynamic of Biggie being big, Pac being small. It was just like there's the polar opposites, east, west. Everything was black and white. Polar opposite, just like creating separation and fucking chaos, dude. Like, it was literally every single little thing was being played
I love Pac for that, man.
off of each other.
Yeah, that me against the world.
Yeah.
Fuck the
Exactly,
world.
exactly,
Fuck everybody.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want.
I think, in my fucking essence.
There you go, gentlemen. This is a perfect little analogy of Biggie's music. So just a quick sentence. His music was often semi-autobiographical, telling the hardship and criminality, but also the debauchery and the celebration.
The debauchery.
That's Biggie in a hard shell right
Yeah.
there. I really like that. Shout out Wikipedia.
Party and
Shout out
bullshit
Wikipedia.
and party.
And that song right there, dude,
You don't want to fuck with
I remember years ago, we were hanging out at a skate shop, and that was the first time actually I heard that song, "Party and Bullshit."
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Big Home Boy.
I don't even think it was Spirit yet.
No, the urban one down by the.
No. Urban, that was later, but Spirit, when it first opened up, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Mark
Mark
owned it then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
and
Mark.
maybe, I don't know.
Shout out
but-
Mark D.
Yeah, but Party and Bullshit came on. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, are you, damn. And I think actually we all got up on stage eventually and freestyled over some instrumentals, but that was the first time that I ran into you.
Yeah.
And Jared Jensen took home the winning that night.
I remember that. That was
Jared
yeah,
Jensen.
down on fucking
But
South?
First Avenue East.
There was a little bit of a live scene around here, dude. in
for
that
just
area.
a split second.
Yeah,
it
for as far
was.
as freestyle.
And then it got
ba-
shut down
yeah,
real quick.
battling, and then just ciphering, just fucking the coffee shop there. I don't remember what the fuck the name was.
And that's serendipity.
Yeah.
for
We'd
a
go
little bit.
upstairs, Yeah,
Yeah, just-
the tables upstairs.
Yeah,
and
we
we'd
just
be
had
there.
a hair of it, and then it just
Yeah.
disappeared.
Were you around when Young Jay was doing his
Yeah.
rap shows?
Oh yeah.
See?
Oh yeah.
Like
oh, yeah.
LaSalle
Oh,
Grange
yeah.
and shit.
And then
Yeah.
he changed his name to Illust Illuminati.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
that often. Every time I say, "What's up, Young Jay?" Like, oh
He
no,
was
that's not my
doing,
name. Yeah, it is, bro.
It's always Young
He was
Jay
doing
now.
that
Get low
whole
and limbo,
Paint
homeboy.
your
I was there. I
face.
see you.
paint your face, Tech Nine, all the gimmicks.
See, when you say picture face, we think of something different.
Yeah, we think of Broken and Input.
Yeah. Juice box.
Juice box. I still got that on my playlist,
yeah,
man.
bro.
I jammed that fucking song.
See, gotta.
Yeah, this
What do you think of those symbols, dude? No one uses symbols like that anymore.
I love it, dude. I
Dude,
love it.
and that is some old school fucking DJ finding a break. You don't find DJs that do breaks anymore. That really is 3 seconds of a drum and just
Yeah, dude, everything now is.
I love that shit.
There's no hard breaks on anything. No,
No.
if it's a super deep fucking space sound or something. I don't know. I can get down on some new beats. I can rap to them.
No, and I totally get it. You gotta change with the times,
Anything
and
with a
also
fucking rhythm,
just
you can, I mean,
if you listen to some of the old school breaks and shit, it's what in the fuck are we doing? But it matched the times. Now, we're so technically evolved. You have to come hard. You do. You have to be oh, you can't just have a simple break over here. You have to have some shit behind it. That is
so many
captivating.
lyricists have come in the last so long that that's not enough anymore either.
No. You have to have,
Being the,
Just being dope is not gonna get you
yeah. It used to be if you could outword someone or whatever, you were the whatever intellectual rapper or
Alpha.
the intelligent rapper, and there was some sort of
Now all you gotta do is be catchy and have something that you can repeat.
There's
Yeah,
no
you get
soul in
some sort of
music
praise
anymore.
for it.
There's no catchy soul
There's just
shit where you're just
soul in it, brother.
God damn it, this shit where you're just oh, you hear her singing, you're God damn, that's fucking awesome, you know? You don't really hear that anymore. You hear kind of these I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old.
We're getting old. I think we're getting old.
I think we're
but,
getting
like,
fucking old.
No, we are the new old people, man.
God damn it.
Like we are.
Bullshit.
I catch myself all the time. Like I was going out, like yelling at little kids for doing shit that we all used to love to do. No, just being a nuisance, just having fun.
Yeah, just being
Hey,
that guy.
dipshit, knock it off. Okay, I'm old as fuck.
I'm that guy now. Fuck. Yeah.
But I'll be the old guy that, like, if I catch kids like smoking weed at the alley, I'll take it from them and then I'll smoke it.
Yeah. Lecture them while you're smoking their weed.
Listen here,
Listen
bitch.
here, you little fucker.
Yeah.
In my day,
This shit will ruin your life.
It'll ruin your life.
This shit is great.
Where did you find this?
You should have seen the looks I was getting yesterday at Whitewater Festival, walking up the river. My daughter's just skipping along like the happiest fucking kid on the planet.
He's
And
just
she is, and I'm just
smoking
puffing
a
down a
dude.
spliff, and people are just looking at me like I'm fucking.
Stop
Murdered
judging.
someone
Put the
or
gavel
something.
down. Stop
It's like-
judging, bitch.
They're
You're around
carrying. They have their
drinking.
kids next to them walking with a beer, and they're looking at me like shaking their head. You know, like it's like what?
Yeah, it's the same shit.
If
What the
you're
fuck?
fucking offended by a smell, dude, that's not a fart, you're a fucking
is a
asshole.
plant.
You're a fucking asshole.
This is
you
a
know what I
plant,
mean?
bitch.
Like, if
Why don't
that's
I plant
enough
my
to
foot
tip
in
you
your
over,
ass?
man, stay home. Fucking don't come out. Beat around, like, fuck off. Like,
Weed is way safer too. It's such a better drug. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna fucking. This shit's bad.
but that's what I'm saying. I think
bad.
at the base, like primal thing of it, it's just the smell when you're in public, because people. Yo, smells are powerful. Like they take you back.
they are.
They
Yo,
take you
real-
back to a
real
time
rap,
30 years
if
ago. A
I'm in
certain smell
public,
can take
I
you back,
smell
right? It's
weed,
like
Yeah.
I smell it.
it's like the most gnarly sense of like whatever memory recovery, like smell. You'll remember. That's why like, cologne.
yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I literally, it's like almost like an experiment. One, because it's totally legal and like whatever, but people get so mad, and it's just because there was so long of their life that smell was connotated with bad, and
Or they've never smelt it and
Did you
they
say
only
connotated?
have like
connotated.
bad
Yeah.
That's right, people. We got words here on
the
fucking podcast.
words. The idea of marijuana
Connotative.
scares people.
Yeah, just that
They
smell from
associate.
so long associating that smell with illegal and bad and you know what I mean, all the reefer man and
fucking
shit.
Yeah.
stupid.
It's literally embedded in people's fucking consciousness.
Every time I come in here, it smell like pine cones. Daddy be tripping.
It's crazy that we're in 2022 and this shit is still a fucking issue. I remember in like 2003, I was like, why the fuck is this such a big fucking deal? Why am I being sent to the fucking youth challenge for 6 months?
We're in 2022. We should have flying cars and shit.
Aye,
Like, we
flying-
got
we're still having the same old bullshit. They're playing the racism and then the school shooting because the gun, and like it's just all the same fucking
Same
shit.
shit.
And they
Yeah.
can just
Just a
keep,
different
Generation.
everybody's got to turn off the fucking TV. Man.
That's what I did. I don't watch the news anymore, man. I just said,
Shit's
fuck
bad
it.
for you, dude. Like
Yeah.
there ain't nothing. What the fuck's good on there? Like,
It's
all
nothing but
political-
what do you
misery
need to
despair
know
out
all
there,
that?
man.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking watch the shit, and I'm doing just
Sure.
fine.
I pay
I thrive
pay
in
more
social-
attention to my community than anything else. And
That's
as
all
far
that
as I know, my neighbors are fucking happy. Like, sometimes you get pissed because my cat takes a shit in his fucking flower box.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yo, that's not
I mean,
wonder, man.
if-
You deal with that. Your life's pretty good besides nice shit in your fucking flower box.
Nice.
If you don't like something,
change
leave. Just
Yeah.
leave. Just fucking leave. Like
Hey,
don't.
Californians
don't.
in Montana take
Yeah,
note.
see, this is like, fuck, I'm getting deep now. Maybe I'm getting a buzz. This is like the whole, like, I don't identify with other Americans just because you're from the, like, yo, we have nothing in common with Florida. The climate, the fucking,
People in Florida rob
socioeconomic,
places
like,
with alligators.
so why the fuck am I bound to this person? I have, like, and somehow, because what, I'm in these invisible lines that now I'm, like, lumped in, and that's literally where our heads are at, because we do that in so many scenarios, where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing, dude? Like, and why do people here think that they need to tell people completely somewhere where they're not what the fuck to do? Like, all that matters is where you're at and what you're doing.
Each his
And
own, man.
so-
Deal with your shit.
Anything outside of it isn't even actually real. But social media is all fucking opinions about shit going on somewhere else, or something in their area, but it's not actually directly to them. It's just something that's being talked about in the airwaves.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally in a world of 99% of shit that goes on every single day, all the time, what's happening is not even fucking real.
It's just so
not
fucking.
real.
It's
Same-
fucking
same
negative.
with birds.
You know, you get on
Same with birds.
Facebook
Birds
or
aren't
whatever,
real.
and you scroll down, and pretty soon you're mad. Or you get on the news, and pretty
Yeah.
soon you're mad. And you're just
Yeah,
like,
because
it's
you're
so,
living outside of reality.
Yeah,
you're
like-
fucking in this other place in your head that you've agreed upon with these other people. Of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna agree to like talk about this fucking situation that we heard happen to somebody else. That's fucking crazy. If it didn't happen to you, if you weren't fucking there, then don't talk about it. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Just
you know
live-
what I mean? Like,
That's why I deleted the news, and why I deleted all my
100.
social media. And I'm just gonna
100, dude. That
hang out with my fucking friends and not give a fuck.
I spray painted my TV last summer. I bought a fucking big screen, and I was gonna get locked up, so I was kind of going through some, like whatever, mental anguish.
Just spray painted.
So I was wiring out, fucking, on whatever I wouldn't mention, but
Age.
yeah. So I just decided, cause like, I had the news on, and I realized like, I just have it on for noise, like the comfort of another voice now, living alone or whatever, whatnot. But it's
Yeah.
just all negative, and I fucking like finally it was just so one day just so annoying, all this stupid fucking shit they were talking about that I was actually registered in my head. I got pissed. I just went and grabbed my spray paint and fucking put "Don't Listen" on the front of it, spray painted the shit out of it.
Nice, dude.
And it's like a sick art piece.
That's badass. I like that.
Bring it to the bowling alley. We'll post it
It
up.
was liberating. Yeah. Oh, I'll give it to you guys. I will. I
Hey,
have it in my story. Yeah. I will.
we'd love to have that
That's a
up.
great idea.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I believe that. Same way with you, dude. It's like,
It's not even worth fucking giving it the mental attention.
No.
Just cut it all off.
no.
Bring all your close friends in and just live fucking life.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough just in your local community when people just gossip
It is.
word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you don't even have the opportunity to spread that shit instantly to fucking billion people. Like
Yeah.
when it's just small communities like it's always been prior, it was bad enough with people gossiping and repeating things that they heard from someone else that they didn't really know were fucking
Yeah.
true. We're on,
You
like,
guys-
we're on like the chopped.
It's dirty. But did you guys ever play that phone game when you guys were in elementary? Like, when I was in like second grade, they lined up all the school, and the principal whispered a saying into the one kid's ear, and then they ran all the way down to the end of the line. And
Something
by
totally
the,
different, yeah.
and then when they got to the end of the line, by the time it got down, it was just like something completely different. It's like, all right, so do you guys see why you don't say shit to other people? Like, you just
Maybe even definitely my reputation. I fucking hear stories told back about me from people that are so far from true, dude. But they like, I know you. I heard you. Blah blah this and that. And they heard some story, and I'm like,
Barry,
and
you
it's-
kind of have a bad rap, and most of it's
Well,
not true.
I mean, so wild is wild, but like when things happen, like just because a fight happens doesn't mean it's bad. You gotta know why that fight happened,
Right.
Or something.
And
blah,
I
blah, blah.
completely
And so
agree with
in
that.
my scenario, dude, I know it's not like I'm fucking completely innocent. Like I fuck with people sometimes because I have a lot of words I can use and they don't. And so that's kind of like that's my weapon, you know what I mean? And it fucking pisses people off more to hurt their feelings with words than it does to hurt their body with hands.
and then they attack you.
No, dude.
And they
words
don't
stick,
forget,
bro.
and they don't
Words
forget.
stick.
It doesn't heal. Like it, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so, but just whatever around here, yeah. Once again, like if you weren't there, you should not pass it on to other people. Just as a general in life, I think for everybody.
Yeah, it would help.
Loose lips. Chips.
Yeah.
It would help solve a lot of things, but people also just in general, like, they get bored with life and they have nothing better to do.
For sure, that's the-
than
Nerds.
talk about.
Well, if you don't feel confident, secure enough in what you have going on and what you're accomplishing,
You're gonna fucking talk down on others.
yeah, you're gonna find somebody else that you feel like maybe you have something. You're gonna try to
post yourself
position.
up.
You're gonna posture yourself. you're gonna try to drag somebody else down that is making it because you're a hater.
That's garbage.
And you're trying, you know what I mean? And you're trying to fucking make yourself feel better. And it's like, we're not like, none of
That's
us,
like
none
the
of us
whole, like,
know that much, dude. And
blowing out
what
some
I
muscle
what
candle
I
to make
know
yours brighter shit.
is not fucking important. It's not really important for anyone else. It's important for me because like I live and die in this body. I have to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, who do I think I am to fucking tell somebody else living in their own body, living their own dream and experience, how the fuck they need to be?
Yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't affect them.
You
Or,
personally.
or it doesn't harm somebody that they're imposing or taking advantage upon. Like, there are
Yeah.
innocent people that get preyed upon, but it's very, very few compared to the amount of energy clout that we give it like it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
Yeah, it's-
I get it.
So it's like-
truly, like, if it doesn't affect me personally,
Yeah.
I really don't give a shit.
yeah.
That's
And
how
like,
it should always be.
so like we're on a fucking podcast, right? So we're talking about other things, like, but there's nothing like as long as it's like, you know, building something. If it's to tear something down, I guess that's what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna talk about other things that aren't there, and
And that is
but,
a
like,
dirty ass record year. Wow.
You can see like the cleaner sides after the needle's been by it.
Cut that loose.
yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like just be yourself. Like
Totally.
be
Don't be a
unapologetically
douchebag and be
yourself.
real.
You know, don't talk down on other people. Just be unapologetically yourself. Spread the good vibes. Fucking bring people together. The people that are trying to divide people, you just gotta fucking cut them out of your fucking life.
But
you
I
know what mean?
swear to God, if I catch you doing fucking 25 and a 55, it's fucking over.
It's over. 17 out my fucking window, and I'm gonna point.
I am gonna.
Dream.
I'm gonna put on this jam and I'll be like, motherfucking fuck you.
Let's ride, motherfucker. Oh God, I am like that.
dangerous.
I'm like that in fucking traffic. I'm good. I'm good.
But get back to the music real quick. What are you genuinely listening to right now?
Gangster ass shit.
Right now.
Yeah, what'd you listen to this week?
You know.
Reggae last night.
Well, I always listen to dancehall and reggae and.
Dancehall and reggae.
Oh, that's my shit. That I've been
No
I've
shit.
been on that kick for.
Usually when Bear comes to the bowling
Decades.
alley, like after like 8, 9
Oh,
o'clock,
yeah.
he's like, "Hey, can I put on some
I
music?"
mean-
like, you're gonna keep asking if I say no. so go ahead."
DeMarco, Vibes Cartel, Burna Boys, who I've been bumping a lot in the last like year, really.
Pop
Burna
Smoke.
Boy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I bumped some Pop Smoke. I love Kanye West, dude. I've been a fan of
last
Kanye
week we
West.
talked about it, man.
I've been a fan of Kanye West since I've
I'm just
Chappelle's
still
show, whatever.
Kanye.
When I think that's when
What we talked about last week, dude, I really just got back
Back
into
then.
like college dropout and everything.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Yeah. That
that's
shit's
just
fire.
money music, dude. Like
I like his style. Yeah.
another Chicago guy.
He's hated too, and I like it. I like people that are hated because you're doing something, like you're doing something right, whatever. That's whoever said that.
Yeah,
But, like,
it was like you're not doing the right
if
shit.
people, yeah,
people
if you don't
hate
have
on
haters, you're not doing something.
I think that was Orville Redenbacher that said that.
Orville Redenbacher. Was Ronald McDonald. Yeah.
Pretty sure I got that cap.
Yeah.
caption
Sir
right.
Orville
Yeah.
Rittenbacher has said that.
I listen to a lot of different shit, dude. A lot of different shit. I mean, I play acoustic guitar, so I grew up on Bob Dylan, and I love like Cameo, dude, and fucking Rick James, anything funk. I learned how to play bass when I was
Bro, I
15,
haven't
so
heard
obviously it was like
Cameo in a
fucking
minute.
Les Claypool, Flea, Victor Wooten,
yeah.
any fucking funk
Say
band, dude.
Flea?
Parliament, yeah.
Parliament.
So,
Parliament's a good one. Like Eddie Hazel from Parliament.
Yeah.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
That dude is a motherfucker on the guitar.
Dog, I saw him. It was fucking insane. George Clinton came out with a fucking Arm & Hammer baking soda robot. And then got busted in Florida like 2 weeks later on the tour for crack. Yeah, fucking A, dude.
You think?
Yes, and even then I didn't even know. Like, dude, I was young. I was like 17, 18 years old, so I didn't have any idea about fucking rocking up cocaine or anything like that.
And that was his costume. He's like, this would be
But
funny.
later, when it all came together, and you're like, holy shit, like,
This makes sense.
that's fucking crazy. I wondered, like, who the
Why-
fuck? I mean,
why
they're
would-
funky, dog. They
Yeah.
gotta break Marvin never make a song.
Truly, he was so high. He was just like, dude, I'm gonna make a costume out of that. It's gonna be classic, and everyone was
mean-
probably like, you should.
Yeah,
That would be genius.
that's flex. Yeah,
And
that's
then he got busted, and everyone was like, why would you do
Why'd
that?
you do that?
sick. Yeah, right? That's how it works. Whatever someone says about it, and
No,
whoever fucking carries that on.
But you said Flea. So I just relearned this thing. So you guys remember the old cartoon, The Wild Thornberries?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the crazy Donnie?
yeah.
Flea did the voice of Donnie.
What?
Funny.
Yeah.
Shit.
Isn't that
I didn't know
crazy?
that.
Yeah, no, yeah. What up, internet? I learned
Crazy.
something from you.
Crazy. Yeah, I
Had to throw that in there. I heard that and I bought a fucking Donnie Wild Thornberries like teddy bear figure like this big for the bowling alley.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
My goal is to get Flea to sign it.
Fuck yeah.
shout out Flea.
Yeah, real one.
What do you guys think of Bone? Did you guys see that Bone verse, or was it Cypress Hill?
Oh, that versus shit?
No, 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah, I didn't watch that because I don't like those verses because it's just
Yeah, no, it's
played
whack.
out. But I like Bone. Like, if you're gonna ask me, Bone or 3-6 all day.
Alright. What do you think of Bone overall?
Crossroads is my favorite song. But honestly, I didn't really they're kind of like background music to me. I'm not trying to throw any shade at anyone that loves Bone, but like I didn't really dig into Bone Thugs. They were more just like it's playing like oh it's there.
I loved them, man.
I love
I
Bone,
fucking
too.
love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I did,
There's
too.
this song they do where it's like a guitar riff. God, I was trying to find it the other day. There's so many songs that I can't remember the names, from back in the day. And, yeah. It defines an era of my life, I guess. You know what I mean?
I like Crossroads because it was slowed down. A little
I
bit and
mean,
everything,
Mo
like-
Murda. Mo Murda. Mo Murda.
Alright.
Who
My
brought
time.
harmony? Who brought harmony and melody to hip hop?
Nate
before,
Dogg.
before Bone.
Fuck
That
out
like,
of here,
but
Nate Dogg.
Well,
bro.
you said there's always been a argument.
you're right. I mean, fucking rest in peace, Nate. Like, Nate Dogg is like some of my favorite.
They
shit.
always, there's an argument between it was Bone or Twista.
For fast rap.
No,
Bone
just
had to have been way before Twista.
no, and that's the thing.
How
It's
the
like
fuck
they
old is
they
Twista?
everyone fucking goes back and forth of like who was the first to do the fast rapping and to put their own sway on it.
Man, who knows?
And to me,
You know
like
the
it was
real.
Bone.
You know the real
If you put
answer.
those two together, I said Bone.
The real answer probably to all these is some fucking dude you've never heard of
Supa.
that didn't give a shit about playing shows, that was just a sick rapper that those motherfuckers.
Supa.
Yeah, like,
I don't know if you guys
Absorb
even
the
know
style.
who Supa is.
I don't.
Dude, he never went popular. He was
And
just
that
such
dude
a
shouted out.
Yeah, there you go.
goddamn fucking genius. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Now, truly, I don't even know if he has an album. But Supa, that's all he's known for is reading the dictionary and just like going super fast and using words that were out of context and just like killing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like words, man, especially the ones that you're not usually like intending to fucking hear. Like go deep in your like thesaurus and shit.
For sure.
Words are dope.
Words are dope. Hip hop's dope. I think our conversation kind of like ties together with everything we were talking about on like, or like the last thing we were talking about. I was saying shouldn't talk about other people or like represent something that if you're not there. I think that's why hopefully it'll evolve back in music. The way that happens is by supporting local artists. You know what I mean? Like, if I quite literally grew up emulating Tupac, though he's not from my region, the daily life is not the same. Not even fucking close. So I'm emulating that and living this fucking delusion when I could have been, then, so hip-hop was so new, but like, I could have been, and I was, though, I guess I really was, so I was rapping and doing my own thing, and we've been establishing a sound around here.
Trying to.
Because, like, when you get into so much different music that's not fucking from where, it can talk about things you can, like, identify with, but, like, our area is so fresh too. Like, it's crazy, this place, like, in the time we're living, like, in the chance we have to really shape it artistically in all fucking facets, dude. Like, visual, music, everything, you know what I mean? So, like, I think that if, like, everybody can grasp the idea of that, of, like, hey, keep things, like, close. Once again, you know what I mean? Like, don't talk about what the fuck Alabama's doing. Montana, and don't so much be concerned with, like, who their rappers are, you know what I mean? Figure out who the ones are around your area that you can kind of, like, support, because they're just like anything else, like your business, like, that money gets spent here, and you keep it local, you know what I mean? Like, that keep it local thing transfers into all areas of life.
Yeah, lift each other up, you know?
100.
We're all trying to fucking
100.
make it out of here.
Yeah, 100, and then don't compare, like, fucking someone from here next to some dude from L.A. and then be like, oh, he's a wigger, he's a fucking poser, you know, he's a wannabe, whatever the fuck. It's like, yo, dude, like, dude's trying to fucking
just do
let
him.
his shit go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, art, music, it's all therapy, man. It's all, like, it's all just healing your soul. And so, like, to judge someone else and then, like, position yourself is fucking weird, because like cancer patients, if they were like, fuck him, he's stage 4. I'm only stage 1. Fuck I'm stage 4.
I'm the winner.
Like,
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I'm better than you. But
No, but like also
die tomorrow.
off what you were saying, like, we are in an interesting place. Like Flag Valley, like, it's very multifaceted. Like, there's, like, you don't think of it a specific thing or niche about Flag Valley. Like, there's so many different, like, little, like, situations that bring, it's a melting pot here in the fucking mountains and shit.
I mean, it's kind of. It's like a melting pot of fucking white people, of different kinds of white people. It's a melting pot of different kinds of white people. It is. Dude, I've gone into this, like,
I was thinking it, you said it made sense.
Yeah. With my darker complected friends, I talk about things like this.
What do you mean, like sunburn?
This is what, like, fuck, we're going in deep now. When you come from an area like this is why this area is so fucking special and special, whatever, its own thing, because, and there's other areas like it, but this is so new. When you have a shitload of white people, and you're not all just white anymore, because you have to find something different to make yourself feel better about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, we don't have a whole lot of, like, diversity in culture here, but what you do have is stratification, which is people posturing, and it's all to do with money, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's white people no longer fucking caring about being white or thinking that's better than anything. Like, it's like how much money you have, so you're poor. So you're either a trailer park. Just in this area, back in the Whitefish, that's the rich kids. Columbia Falls used to be the super ghetto. Now Columbia Falls is getting gentrified. That's changing.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Slowly.
But that was, and then towards the canyon, and that was like,
so
leave white people amongst fucking just white people, and they're gonna shit on each other. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna, I'm not gonna say it, I'm not gonna drop, but they're gonna create the, you know, what I'm fucking implying, but being peaceful, whatever. Because fuck it, at the end of the day, it's not about color, it's about people having to feel like they're fucking better than someone. And it's weird, because
It is very weird.
it's weird, yeah. So around here, you know what I mean, like, especially us with the hip hop, that's why the hip hop scene is so hard to fucking get going around here and, like, get people on board with, is because
The dynamic of, like, where the status can actually land.
yeah. If like, yeah, like, that's the thing. So, like, if you were like me around here, a white kid around here that was into like fucking black culture shit. Like that was all I was into. I literally wanted to be black when I was a kid because all of the people that I looked up to that I thought were fucking cool, were black. I just thought that like that had something to do with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was like the things I like, sports. It was fucking art. It was music. It was all things that are like expression. It was all art, really. It was all expression, like the most expressive things that human beings do. Probably comes from fucking people that have been repressed and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, but like, and so I grew up really, really small. Like, and so I know what it's like to be different. And so, like, that's what, like.
Ironically, I was always really, really big.
Exactly. So if you know, if you get treated differently, then you're treated differently. So I go back to the beginning of what I was saying, like when I, with my fucking, my black friends and whatever, whatnot, or like, fuck, it's like I know every black person in the valley, I think, because like they navigate towards me because I feel so ostracized and different that like I feel like what it must feel like to walk around actually being a different color of skin, you know, to like the simple eye. That's how I feel. Like, and so I always get along and like, and it's crazy. But
not hard to fucking just get along with people.
But like, well, no. But we have things in common, like, because I feel like I've been put on the outside, picked last at kickball amongst my own white people, if you say it like that, right? Because that's all that's around here. So I feel like an outcast, whatever. So I identify right away. So like at the end of the day, it's not really coming down to the color of your skin. It's coming down to like what you represent, like what you represent, like, and the ideas that come with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not black, but I feel like I get treated like I'm black from dickhead white people simply because I like things that are black. Yeah. It's fucking, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
No, that was the whole like growing up and everything. Like, oh, you listen to rap, oh, wigger.
Yeah.
It's just like you're put into a box because of something that you like.
Up until
it just never. Yeah.
Nelly came popular, and then it was okay.
Then it was all right.
That dude put that Band-Aid on his cheek, and then it was all good.
Shit was okay. It was all right after that.
Yeah, you put the Band-Aid on.
Make it a little less hood, a little less real, okay?
Yeah.
A little more fashion.
You put on that fucking stupid golf hat, the one that showed your hair, but you know what I'm saying? Flipped it upside down, and you put a Band-Aid on.
Oh, the visor.
All of a sudden, it was okay. That's how I remember. That's when I remember like rap being acceptable to everyone.
Yeah, right.
And
Isn't it
was
crazy dynamic that
so
race continues to play, has played and continues to play?
It's
in the whole shaping of it all.
Truly, like I didn't even know race was a thing. Like
until rap, because then they started using the color of your skin before something. They'd say white rapper.
Right.
It wasn't just rap. You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm not supposed to be a rapper. They have to enter. No, which is dope. Like, it's funny.
And then
it's funny.
Then they tried to use that against me. He's like, you're not black. You're not allowed to listen to rap. And it was like, but it's music.
Yeah.
So
it's dope.
Literally can listen to it. I mean, I own the fucking CD. This is Will Smith, bitch.
Yeah, who doesn't love rhymes?
You think I can't get jiggy with this shit?
Nursery rhymes.
Trying to tell me I can't get jiggy with this motherfucker. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. And you like this? Well, you're not allowed to like it. Like,
so, and I grew up around a lot of bikers, you know, that were like, no, we don't listen to that.
Right.
And then it, like, eventually, even the same people are like, nah, whatever. Like, we don't understand it, but we get it. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But even today, you can walk into our bars somewhere, like, go to the Blue Moon and put this shit on, see what happens. They're gonna be like, they'll let it play, but they will fucking look at you.
Well, yeehaw, you son of a bitch, this is a good ass song right there.
Yeah. As long as there's no bad intention or anger with it, like
that is a knee slapper of a joke.
You go there, Dale. You put on a fucking dust whipper, didn't you? There.
I
bud?
can go have fun at the Blue Moon. I can go have fun at the Blue Moon to some like honky tonk shit.
Oh,
Cause like
for sure.
I know I'm going there and like I don't like expect it to be like what I do more often than I like.
There's been a couple
just
times
saying.
Everybody
I went
just
to
get
the Blue
along.
Moon
Hey,
and,
everybody shout out The Journey of Man. Let me put that out there for anybody that has to watch. Watch The Journey of Man, and it explains DNA, how the continents broke apart, how we're all one fucking species. It's literally the sun that makes us different colors.
Well, no, and truly, like, we are just one species, and my ear
let's-
prefers hip hop over metal or rock
Yeah.
or jazz. Blues, goddamn man, you put some blues on, and now we're talking. Like, I'm like, hip hop or blues? What are we like?
Hip hop fucks. Hip hop
Fucks hard.
fucks. Hip hop fucks harder than anything. That's what it is. We're sexual beings, dude. Like that's your main drive, you know, like the fucking Freudian shit, like whatever. Listen to this shit. You could fuck to this shit.
Yeah.
Like this hip hop fucks. That's why we like it. No, it fucks. That's why we like it. Because it fucks.
It doesn't.
Like metal, it's too aggressive. That's angry, you know, like that's like workout.
This is why Gabe
Anything-
has 4 kids.
You know, the
'cause of
blues,
hip-hop.
the blues shit. That's
running around here.
the blues
like,
and like
ooh, goddamn.
that's
You hear
love.
that?
Fucking
You hear
LL
that?
Cool J, that lounging song.
Blues is where
Oh,
a lot
fuck.
of shit originated.
Now I got another kid on the way.
For sure.
Rock, rap, hip, like that all originated
Sorry,
from
brother.
blues.
For sure.
That's just old time.
Which don't you think-
emotions.
Doesn't it seem like maybe just my own head? Blues is like such oppression in that era of history. So you know, like so beat down, like right after like so beat down, and then hip hop. So how hip hop is the blues, and confidence building, and getting a little more assimilated, and then being like fuck you, like that. You know what I mean? Doesn't that seem like blues is like lovey? It's more like pain, and then hip hop
Pain
is more
and
like
love.
that pain twisted into aggression. I'm gonna come fucking punch you back.
Well, I mean, between blues, there was soul after that. There was like this era in the 70s that had soul, and it was
Sure.
kind of like it
What you
fucking
know about
morphed
soul,
into the
brother?
soul thing.
Disco.
And then, yeah, there was disco, and then,
That was
then
just
hip hop
co-
happened.
Disco is just
Disco
cocaine.
is tight pants and drugs, man. Let's be real about one thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was just trying to fuck and
They
do
were,
shit.
yeah.
That
Just
was disco.
They had good cocaine.
they had a
You
mix.
got
had
it.
no
You got
real
it.
cocaine.
You got into it. You got into
Amazing.
a. You tag team some
It was
girl
all
with your
downhill.
friend, and
It
then
was all
like
downhill
your
from
dicks,
disco.
your dicks touched, and so you had to start wearing tight
They were
pants.
staying alive, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam. Fucking thank you, ma'am. Run DMC, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it went down.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, world.
We're all,
Disco, dude. Holy shit.
dude.
People talk shit like, dude, if you had that good of drugs, you'd be fucking doing some weird ass shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
behind
That's what
blinking
I'm
light,
saying.
and pointing the finger up,
Yeah.
doing dumb
Staying
shit.
alive,
Like,
but fucking high as fuck.
Yeah.
they did not know what was going on. All they knew is they were high as fuck, and there was some kind of music.
Oh
playing.
yeah.
Disco.
Disco. What a weird fucking time in history, man. Fucking bell bottoms and shit. What the fuck were they thinking?
Men are walking around with perms and shit.
What about like the Backstreet Boys era of like the
Oh,
late 90s,
God,
early 2000s?
damn,
Look at that.
dude.
If you want to talk about, see, I lived in my house. My sister was a couple years older than me, so like through the wall, I listened to like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and 98
And
Degrees.
then
and all this
underneath,
bullshit.
he's all like, Smash Mouth.
Oh, that was yeah. That was like the birth of shit punk too. Like pop, just they
I
just.
put Smash Mouth up with
God,
one
yeah.
of my most hated bands ever.
And then after
will
that,
let you guys know.
he was
Fucking
like,
most
Avril
182.
Lavigne.
182 can suck.
Yo, no,
dick.
Bear.
Holy
The
shit.
most hated band in my mind is fucking Sugar Ray. I hate Sugar Ray with a fucking passion, dude. That fuck you. I don't care
Okay.
about your fucking.
I've actually been
okay.
learning that
Okay.
every morning song,
I'm
so
gonna
I can
kick
play
you in the
your
chest.
play it and
Dude.
piss you
Kick
off,
you in
man,
the
on my
chest.
guitar.
That was the first concert that I went to when I was 15. I drove.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah. Okay. So check this out. Check this out. I
Sorry.
I fucking learned to play bass in the church. I had to go to church like basically like militantly, or I was gonna get shipped out to fucking Pine Hills or some shit. But I learned how to play music there, so I'm fucking so grateful for it. Anyways, through this family that like went to the church, I met it was my friend's sister's baby daddy. His name is James, and he's the original bass player for Sugar Ray. They were a metal band. They were like a metal band.
I bet he's a nice guy, but I don't like him.
And he just hold on. So he's fucking tatted up, dude. I'm 15, man. I'm thinking, yeah, this is the coolest fucking dude. He was the bass player for Sugar Ray. At this time, Sugar Ray's blowing up on the I Wanna Fly shit, right? So I'm asking him, like, dude, you know, he's just like he's a superstar to me at that time. So talking blah blah blah, we make friends. He like kind of, you know, I think he takes a liking to me. Sees I'm fanning out on him and shit. So he gets us tickets, dude. He said, if Sugar Ray ever comes around, let me know, and I'll get you guys tickets. To me and my buddy Shane and his cousin John. So they fucking played like 4 months after he was visiting. And they got tickets, and we got on the fucking guest list. And it was 311 was the headliner, and then Sugar Ray, and then the opening band was Incubus.
Okay.
And so went down there. I didn't know any of I knew who Sugar Ray was.
311 just played in Missoula.
Yeah. So I go. Incubus was sick, man. Like fucking met those guys all outside, that Brandon dude, and fucking go in. Sugar Ray plays second. So like my whole thing at that time was like, you got to get on stage. All I was trying to do was cause trouble and fucking make a scene and get attention, dude. I just needed to get attention like a motherfucker. Because I was small, had all these like insecurity, you know what I mean? Like I had to stick out in other ways so that I wasn't sticking out in that way. So I was fucking constantly doing crazy shit. So I am up there with my buddy Josie. Met us down there with his older brother. And we waited at the fucking gate. And Sugar Ray goes up on stage, runs up the stairs. We're right at the stage. Play one song, 2 songs, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna jump the gate and go on stage, you know, like I'm working myself up. Well, they come on with Fly, right? So I fucking jump the gate, dude. I go running up the stairs as they start, and here comes Mark, whatever McGrath, whatever the fuck his name is, running down the stairs at me. Like he was running off stage as the song began. And so he runs past me down the fucking I turn around, I just start chasing him into the back of the field house, or the Adams Center, yeah. Into like the whole back. And so I just fucking, I don't know, dude. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I run after him and I'm yelling, hey, my fucking friend's James, dude. He used to play me, you know. And he's running to go upstairs to the top level to sing, right? So he's like, I don't have time, let's go. And I fucking run with him. I run with him to the top level of the fucking Adams Center, dude. And we go into the crowd, and I'm fucking next to him, like, while the light beams on us. I just want to fly, but jumps. Yeah, and fucking.
I hate that song. Continue.
Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. But, like, yeah, that happened. And then I never got caught. Like, security ran after me, and then I think because we were, like, running together and then went up the stairs, I think they thought, like, it was all good. And fucking, they just let up on the chase, and then we ran upstairs and went into the crowd, and then fucking left, and he didn't say anything to me like as he was done in the crowd, but I thought it was so cool, dog.
And dude, honestly, I don't know why I don't like Sugar Ray, but when it starts playing, dude, I just don't like shit.
Dude, the music sucks. The music
I
sucks.
just like
he's trying to bang
you play Sugar Ray,
14-year-old
I
girls.
look at you. I probably don't like you at that moment. Like it's everything's bullshit that music's playing, man. Like I just don't
When you
respect that time.
when you
It's fucking weird.
sing whack shit like that with as much emotion as he does, you're a fucking
I just
child
want,
molester,
like,
dude.
shut the hell up, man. You don't gotta tell me how to live my life. Like I get very judgmental in Sugar Ray songs.
I agree with.
I'm
I
gonna
don't like.
learn
I don't
all
like
of his
him either.
songs. I'm gonna fucking play him at
But
random
that is
moments. and be like,
that is
motherfucker.
crazy you said, because that is like the first concert I went to, like drove to,
It's not my mode.
and that was my experience at it. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to know I know why your first show was a fucking Sugar Ray show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And I truly, like, I
at least I
never
have.
really played Sugar Ray.
No, you don't
Not,
want
not enough
You're
to
saving yourself
like
from a
them
lot of
or
bullshit,
hate
man.
them.
Like,
So I'm
sucks
in
the
the
soul
middle.
out of you.
Like,
I'm sorry.
What's
It's
that?
that bad.
Fucking four
No,
chords.
it's not. I don't know why I hate it so much, but it's just like it's
On
like
the
it's like
corner
a nervous,
of my
it's like a nervous
girlfriend's
twitch.
bed. I fucking
Sugar
hate
Ray.
that shit.
Like it's just.
Let's stop. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no. It's like Britney Spears toxic, dude. It's gonna
I'm gonna
fuck my
I'm
shit
gonna
up.
cross this table at you, bro. This will be the last morning, bro.
Start
So
smashing.
your
your
last
balls.
morning.
You just want to fly? I'll throw you through the window.
Through the fucking window,
There was
motherfucker.
some serious dog shit music back then, for sure.
Sugar Ray's at the top.
Kid Rock.
Oh, Ba with Ba over Just Fly.
Kid Rock actually is a
shit.
very talented artist, though. He can play every instrument you hand him, and he can make it sound pretty damn good.
Oh no, I'm not at all talking down on the dude's skill and he made so he's successful. Like, it's just not my.
No,
Not
it's-
my
And
style.
nothing is going to be everybody's jam, right? So,
It's
like,
not
I'm going to
actually
take the
100%,
liberty
yeah.
when you put it out and you put yourself for sale. That's different. Like, I'm not, this isn't talking shit about,
Have
this
you-
is just straight, I'm giving you my thoughts of what your product is, and I think your product fucking
And
sucks.
I understand that, but have you actually met anyone that's like, yo, Kid Rock is the coolest fucking artist ever? No.
No.
No, you have not.
No.
No one ever is like, who's your top 5? And Kid Rock.
I just don't know.
Yeah, so-
I don't know.
Barbara Streisand, Celine Dion, and Kid Rock.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what
But it
dish
was
I
a
can.
strong second, third between Celine Dion and fucking Sugar Ray.
There's not a dish that I make that I need that spice. There's not a time, probably there hasn't been in my life, and there probably will never be a time where I'm like, fuck, I need to put on a Kid Rock song.
Yeah, Sugar Ray. Like, hey,
Or
I
Sugar
hate my
Ray.
life. Let's put on some Sugar Ray.
I hate my life. Let's put that sugar.
But then-
Nickelback, dude.
But then you have
holy shit.
Bono.
I think
took
I
it upon-
tried meth for the first time to
balances it
Nickelback.
out.
But then
Like,
you
I
had
lost my
Bono.
virginity.
Bono's bad too. Like,
But Bono could take it upon himself to make sure you got his album.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
no,
will force
was
you to
there, like-
listen to his talk shit.
Dude, I saw U2 in Edmonton.
Bottom, and they came with that YouTube album, like already on it.
Dude,
Is it like
that's still.
iPhone or like
Bro,
iPad?
I went. That was one of my other fucking first concerts. That might have been my second concert.
You went to YouTube?
No, I swear, you guys are
You're
fucking
fucking
nailing
white
it
as
today
hell, man.
for not having any of this fucking planned out, dude. This is working out well.
My first two
But it's also
concerts
making
are
me realize that I
Sugar
had a
Ray
lot of
and
crazy
U2.
shit happen in my life. But no, I got into Canada, dude. This is back in the 90s. I got into Canada when I was fucking 15, 16 tops with a note from my parents. I swear to God, I went. Yeah, we fucking had U2 tickets. Cause the whole reason I went was all the dudes. It was all the dudes that I learned to play music with, and we were in a band. And the guitarist was a fucking huge Edge fan. He was a huge U2 fan, dude. And we were different stuff. I couldn't stand U2, but Rage Against the Machine was opening for the Pop Mart tour for a bunch of the dates, and Edmonton was one of the dates. So Rage Against the Machine is my favorite fucking band on the planet. And so I went to the fucking whatever mall, the Edmonton Mall. I got the Rage Against the Machine T-shirt at the mall before I went to the Rage Against the Machine fucking show, and then we show up and it fucking was canceled. Fun Lovin' Criminals fucking played instead of I went to Edmonton to see Rage Against the Machine, and I saw the
Isn't that
fucking
ironic?
Fun
Fun
Lovin'
Lovin'
Criminals.
Criminals got canceled.
And if you want to talk about who fucking sucks, the Fun Lovin' Criminals suck.
Criminals fucking suck.
Yeah, they fucking suck, dude. I was so bummed out, dude. And then I had to watch a whole U2 show after that. It was
I had to watch a whole.
Talk about being a horse while it's down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
miss out, then you gotta go
magnitude.
watch
We had a
YouTube.
fucking
go
silver,
watch
like a
Bono.
disco ball lemon, dude, that they fucking like wheeled out into the crowd. They came out of all smoking and shit. Like, holy fuck.
I just think it's crazy you got into Canada with a fucking hall pass,
Yo,
man.
straight up at fucking
That was
16.
back in the
At
day,
16.
My
At
mother
16.
signed this.
At like
Into the
16 years old.
country.
I wasn't an adult at all.
Crazy.
No, fuck no. Yeah.
So-
Now you need a fucking like
I can't get into
passport.
Canada now.
Yeah, you can't even get in the
Not
motherfucker.
at all.
Back in the day, it's like my
It
mom's.
is a fucking struggle and a half for me.
Give
to
me
get
$20 and some gas money. I'll
Yeah.
get you into Canada, bro.
Yeah, here's my mom's
I mean,
signature.
Colbridge, yeah, I could make a dash for it for sure.
There's so many.
It's a
old-
struggle
old
for me.
roads.
Like, it is not easy. It's like, motherfucker, we are searching everything. It's like,
The American side's worse. Coming
Okay.
back across into America. When I came
Yeah.
back from Alaska that time,
That's
they
when I-
searched the whole fucking car, man.
Yeah.
coming back, they're like,
We got
Montana, get the fuck out of here, you stupid drunk.
we got strip searched because we had rolling tobacco. We had drum back then. I was 17 or 18
Drum
at
and
that time.
yeah. Shack, shit like that.
And so they saw that, and we had a drum because like we were on a little concert tour through where we go Cranbrook and then back down to the Gorge. We saw like Ben Harper, and then we saw some band in Canada, and then we saw Dave Matthews. At the
Dave
Gorge.
Matthews
That was
Band.
fucking wacky
so
Dude.
Dave
Dude, they had the
Matthews
whole
is up
floor.
like Sugar Ray, but
Yeah.
I don't mind.
They
Dave
had the whole
Matthews as
floor.
much.
Dave
See,
Matthews
and that
is like
doesn't even make sense. to
like
me.
listening to
You hate-
Ritalin or some shit.
I
Dog, I saw
I can
Fish. I've seen
handle
so many
Dave
different
Matthews.
kinds of. That's what I'm saying. Like I've been around so much different shit. Like
This song. This fucking song.
This is the last one.
No, there's a whole other side.
There we go. I'm gonna go. Dre Minbin.
But
we.
no, it's cool that you've seen a lot of different music. Like,
I've gone through a lot of phases. Yeah, I've just gone through a lot of phases.
one of my, what would you say is your favorite venue to go to? Like, just to see someone.
I mean, damn, dude, the Gorge is pretty hard.
The Gorge is fucking dope. Have you been to the Kettle House yet?
I haven't.
Dude.
Which in the new bus deal that goes from downtown Missoula there, so you don't have to drive. Like that's key.
Yeah.
They need to have that for
Yeah.
anything that's not like the Gorge has its own.
Yeah, no, the Kettle House is sick, dude. Like,
I'm gonna go
it
check it out
is.
this summer.
Coming up is Atmosphere. They're throwing a concert there.
Shout out Slug.
Yeah.
Shout out
and-
Sean.
Yeah. And
I rap with him in my fucking house in Missoula
that's dope.
in like 2003.
Really?
The God Loves Ugly tour.
Really?
Dude, check this story out. You want a fucking fun story?
Yeah.
So I was dating this girl that was going to the University of Montana, and I ended up getting in some trouble, going on the run, fucking growing weed, like blah blah blah, whatever. But I went and moved in with her. So she lived right on Front Street. Like a block off of Higgins, right on Front Street, with 4 roommates, another girl, 2 other dudes. And one of the dudes, Elliot B, shout out Elliot B, Portland producer, he way into hip hop, dude, way into like underground hip hop. He's friends with Sapient, fucking, he knows, yeah, Ilmac, all that shit, all that whole Portland scene. He's down with all those dudes. Anyways, he was her roommate, and he was making beats, and I had been rapping, whatever. Obviously on some different shit. Like I was on that like 50 Cent shit at that time, you know what I mean? And like living that life and whatever. So like the raps were a little different, but it was dope. We vibed, and he also was the campus DJ, and he would go on at like 11 o'clock to midnight or something on the weekends or whatever for U of M and do like underground hip hop, well, whatever. Well, Atmosphere was coming through Missoula. They played the UC Ballroom or the UM Ballroom, whatever I think it is, on campus. They didn't even play the Wilma or any bars downtown. It was the Ballroom. And Elliot got to interview Sean Slug, whatever, before the show, and then got us tickets. So I got to go. I got to get in the beer garden. And fucking, it was all dope. Well, we get done with the show, and Elliot's like, "Oh, he's gonna come back to the house." Wanted to show him, like he wanted to show him some beats, something, blah blah blah. After getting to interview him on campus. So we go back to the fucking house, dude, and like and so at this time I didn't even know who Atmosphere was. Like I literally before this, the God Loves Ugly show that or tour show that I saw, I did not know who. And so and my girlfriend was way into him, and so I was kind of going for her, or whatever. Well, then when he came back to the house, we were like literally sat in Elliot's room, dude, fucking swigged on a fucking pint of vodka or whatever. It was like a smaller whatever deal of vodka, and just fucking kicked freestyles for like probably
dope.
about an hour. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like just the fucking coolest, man. Like,
Dude, that's like
you
literally
know what I mean? Like
couldn't picture a better night.
actually at that time I didn't really think he was the coolest dude because
It's
because he was
another
just
guy.
being a cool dude, right? Because
that
I didn't know that like
pimp, bro.
yeah that whatever he was going to be, you know, and people like whatever, yeah, he was just a, but he was he was dope, and it was just like rap coming out of his mouth was just fucking talking like that easy. So, but it was a super fucking ego booster a couple years later for me.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
no, I
like
get
when
it.
like they blow up, and then I'm like, oh yeah, fuck that guy was like, yeah, he was passing about me and telling me that my freestyles were dope. Yeah.
I was best
Oh
friend
shit,
for,
yeah,
like,
you should
15
have heard it, man.
years.
Slug was fucking up, dude. I was crushing it. He was telling me how good I was. But yeah, no, but it is cool to like
No, dude, that's like
have that. It's cool to have that experience.
I couldn't
you know
think
what I
of
mean?
a better night than just like kickback, swigging, and like freestyle slug. That's like
Yeah, it-
respect to you. 'Cause that's like literally
I just think that like
my like idea of the best night
the
ever.
weird
Yeah.
dynamic is that I didn't, so it's when you say that, it's because you know who Slug is, but I didn't know who he was, so it was just another dude. So
So
I didn't ever
that's-
get that feeling. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you look back on something that already happened, and you're like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like had that been like somebody that was dope, and I got the chance to be there, I think it would have been like more of a feeling, and I would have remembered it maybe more, or like
Yeah.
it would have been like more special because like.
But the Tennessee,
It's the cool factor of like looking back,
That-
dude,
yeah.
and realizing
Didn't
that
know
I was
that.
completely oblivious to that, and like how blessed, like just to have that experience in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're hanging
Like-
out with the dude that made Seven's
Yeah.
Travels.
Well, and like
That's
and like
fucking
for
awesome.
me, like obviously, like it's like I was holding my own, like rapping. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't no past the fucking mic shit. Like it was just.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not to
I
brag,
was
but he
cueing him.
killing that
I was
shit,
cueing
bro.
him. We were cueing each other, just like when you're in the vibe, when you're in the flow, dude. Like,
You're in that pocket.
yeah. It was, yeah. When you're drinking a fucking whatever Nikolai or the fuck you're drinking, like a pint of fucking some shitty vodka.
I call it the let go. When you're just like, you don't even think, man. Just like you just let your fucking brain take control. You don't even know what's coming up, and it just comes out like faucet.
Yeah.
I wish I had those stories, but I don't. Instead, all I got is I got super drunk and embarrassed myself in front of the nomads.
Yeah, and fucking Big Tom wanted to fight you.
Dope.
Because it was Tom Pepe and Tom Wilson, and I'm talking to Tom and everything, and actually I was freestyling with Tom Wilson in the alleyway, and not gonna say a name, but he's like, yo, I just wish I could get some drugs. I'm like, boom, I got a buddy inside right now. He'll meet you out here. And we just freestyle, and then afterwards Chad came in, and Chad went to give Tom a compliment, like, hey, like, I love your guys' shit, but like, I love your shit more than Pepe's. Like you kill it, and Tom Wilson didn't like that. He's like, oh, you talking shit about my homie? What, we need to square up and shit? Like, and Chad just,
dude.
I look at Chad, he just looks defeated, because like, he loves Tom Wilson. He's like, this is not how I wanted it to go.
This is not what I fucking
I'm
meant.
so sad right now, bro. Like,
That's sad, dude.
It is.
That's
fucked
sad,
up.
bro.
like I can see like in the back mind of Chad, like it's like, oh, I could want some.
Good one, Tim.
Yeah.
Or
This is Tom Wilson. I'm so sad he doesn't like me right now.
That's quite the fucking predicament there, yeah.
I know, just beat the shit out of my favorite artist at the time,
Yeah, you're-
or just
He took my compliment wrong, so I had to beat the shit out of him.
yeah.
We had to welcome him to Montana the right way.
You call that a knife?
You call that it's a knife.
No, but I mean that's super cool that you gotta fucking chill out and fucking spit rhymes with one of the best.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like just shaking saying outside the room or something. It was like
You were about it.
it wasn't
you were in
contrived.
the moment.
It was just like us, like when we're in those nights.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Where it's like the purest thing ever, and I got to experience that with like fucking one of the like top echelon fucking
Yeah.
hip hop. I mean, in his realm, he's God. Like, there is
No,
there's no other. There's no other.
That
slug.
is true. He
And
like
there's,
so many artists
no other
now
atmosphere,
look
like-
at him so much differently.
There's a
Before he got popular, like when he was just coming up, everyone didn't give two shits.
look at
And
all-
now
He was just
they're
another
like,
person in the
damn.
crowd, but-
So
like him and Tech Nine, like that's how you do independent fucking rap shit.
Is this
I mean-
not too short right here?
It is too short, yeah.
yep, I forgot he has fucking bars on that.
I know that. I was like, wait a second.
Bear's
Hold on.
Versace shades are fucking starting to steam up a little bit.
Wait, what were we just saying before that?
We were talking about atmosphere and just rhyming. And
Think of the influence, dude. Think of the entire tons of artists that are really under the umbrella of fucking atmosphere. And what I'm really saying is fucking white rappers. Like, it made an avenue, a certain sound of fucking white rappers.
well,
dude.
a different one because before that was Eminem.
Right.
Because Eminem was like, oh, you're white.
Right,
I know what you're
right.
saying,
Do you get what I'm saying? So Eminem was pretty.
But he was like,
He's hood. Like Eminem was like, he's accepted on both sides of the streets.
Yeah,
So
you
like
have
college
to.
fucking
The
white
broad
kids,
delegation
college
requests
white
Eminem.
kids, college white kids.
Just hold on a damn minute
College
there.
white kids are
Hold on,
in the
hold on.
fucking atmosphere, and white kids that come from, like rural and like not fucking broken home, violent. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it was more of a related
and so,
concept rap.
because like it wasn't acceptable to go full bore fucking M and be white. Like you had to class. You had to be smarter. You know, like whatever the fuck.
You
So
weren't
you
supposed
had
to
to
be
be
that
wordier.
white. You wanted
Yeah.
to be this white.
Yeah. So then it became the white thing to do wordy ass rap. Because then they're like, oh, intellectual, no, that's white fucking wordy ass rap. You know what I mean? Like it did.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. Like everything's all good. I love how everything has all turned out.
You're getting right at the.
But I can see it for myself of like what it is. Like
No, because when I was in 7th grade, when I first heard Atmosphere, the song Saves the Day. And exactly what you're trying to like give out right there, like that's like, oh, yo, we can actually do this? Like, we can rap like this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all aboard, dude. I got words, I got things to say.
But
and like it was a different.
You had to be more lyrical.
It was a different like.
Yeah, well,
That was the white thing about it.
presentation of what like a specific thing was trying to be said.
Yeah, to be accepted
make sense?
by
the
other
culture.
the white community that you're fucking whatever, to not be like outcast or like whatever, like you're whatever. You had to somehow whiten it up or whatever, or be over wordy. Like that's what the fuck it was.
Goodbye
That's when,
fried
like,
chicken, hello fried rice.
Goodbye, fried chicken.
Sorry, I'm still on
Yeah.
like Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle shit right now. My bad.
It was like
I gotta look that shit up after this. That shit is fucking hilarious.
But there's definitely a dynamic, dude, with like underground, with like heads, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in this underground, you know what I mean? And like
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry.
how like
Busting that room, karate
you
chop.
can't be like a ratchet fucking hoodie trailer ass motherfucking
You want to bet?
white guy, unless you're riff raff.
Unless,
You know what I mean? Riff Raff. Shut up, Riff Raff. Who else? Like
Dude, Riff Raff's a fucking gem, dude. We need to say
Mickey
this.
Avalon. Mickey Avalon's a fucking ratchet motherfucker. Like talks about sucking dick for heroin and shit. Like, oh yeah. Fucking.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
no.
You know why? You know why? It's because you're white, dude.
Because you're white.
Oh, you were addicted to marijuana? Did you ever suck dick for marijuana?
No, that's an addiction.
Bob Saget.
This man.
Bob Saget for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Class.
Went from ashy to nasty.
So I got a funny story for you, real quick. So, like you, I'm a construction worker.
Sure.
I'm in this upstairs apartment, putting the final touches on my shit, and there's this contractor that I work with that has always known me as Chad, the fucking straight edge, fucking hard worker, doesn't cuss, doesn't do any shit. Like,
That's
I'm
the big
just
label
like,
we know by.
I'm always just like fucking on point. Like,
Baby
doesn't,
Jesus.
yeah, baby Jesus shit. Like, she knows sometimes I fucking dabble in a little bit of beer, but she thinks I'm fucking like, shit.
She doesn't
But-
know about the orgies and the cocaine.
Just
and the
listen.
fucking-
Let him finish this shit.
So-
You'll love this. Let him finish this.
Oh shit.
So I'm
Kidding,
up,
kidding.
I'm upstairs, fucking putting the final touches, you know, on this shit, and I got my helper behind me, and just like, for whatever reason, like Biggie is in my ear, and I'm like, God damn, like, yo, I'm a big black nasty motherfucker. And singing one of his verses, you know, I'm a big black nasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
the whitest woman in the world walks in.
Walks up the stairs, and she sees me, and she's known me for like 8 years now. And she looks at me, and she's just like,
I'm
Chad,
a big black nasty motherfucker.
and she's like, are you? And I was like,
Are you?
Who's that creeping in my window?
yo, who riding west side?
Nobody survives me.
Dude, it was like, my bad.
Biggie.
Yeah,
dude.
it was so embarrassing, but it was so funny. It was just like, dude,
That was the day Chad became certified.
it's like,
He's
my
one of the
bad.
boys
Your
now.
stamp.
my bad.
Like,
Like,
he got the pass.
like,
Whoopsies.
That's hilarious.
no, it was fucked up. She's never looked at me the same ever again.
I mean, fuck, welcome to my world, dude. That's like fucking.
I know, but
Every
it
gas
was just
station I
like,
walk in, every grocery store.
it was just like,
I've said a lot
after
of crazy
8
shit.
years of like creating this like persona that I'm supposed to be, and
Yeah,
like,
it can
how
all go
good-
down.
After-
In one cancel fucking
in one
comment.
hip-hop
In one
song,
cancel
ruins it all.
comment.
Yeah.
It all went down.
Biggie song
Yeah.
takes it
He
all
was a
down.
bright, young,
Yeah.
white male.
He listened to hip hop once.
In 15 seconds, he turned into a big black nasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, shout out hip hop, you the real one in that story.
Yeah, fuck. I've always wanted to know what it's like to be a big black nasty. I'm not even lying, dog. That's like my envy of black culture is that like at least they have each other to go fucking walk around and have the same fucking, you know, feeling. But like when you're in the like all white shit and you're not like the other fucking white people, you're walking around with very few other people to fucking identify with, to like
When you're with
to
all these
feel-
white motherfuckers.
to feel connected with.
When you're
Yeah.
not one of these white motherfuckers.
Yeah. Because I don't even fucking like, dude. I really do not like look at myself as a like a colored like I am a person. Dude. Like,
Yeah, we're just
it's not some
skin.
hipster hippie shit. Like I
We are
literally.
fucking a body of fucking self-employed.
I forget what I look
fucking
like until
spaghetti.
I fucking run into a mirror, and
We're
I'm 40
living
years
on a
old, dude.
rock,
I do not know what I look like
floating in
until I
space.
see a mirror, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking what I look like. I don't, you know, I don't think about shit like that. I really don't. Like,
We're all living on a rock, floating in
I'm
space.
I'm way worse of a person.
Nothingness.
No, I'm way.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, I'm way worse of a person because your color of your skin means nothing to me. It's what are you gonna do for me? What can we do together? Can
It's
we
the
do anything
character of
together?
your being.
Yeah, no, but really though, maybe is that dickhead? Because
no,
that's
no.
I am
Can
looking
you
for
help
people
me?
to use, and they need to use me, and we need to have this relationship of being able to use each other.
I'm trying to do hood rat shit.
So,
Are you trying to do hood
Yeah,
rat shit?
I don't give a shit
Let's
what
do
color
hood
you are.
rat shit
You got?
together.
Can you fucking do this?
If you're trying to drag me down, then I'm probably not gonna follow you.
I cracked
Yeah,
down.
100. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I
if
don't
you're,
give a flying fuck about
Yeah,
anything
but
other
if you're
than
if you're trying to
if you're
move up,
if you're about what I'm about, and we're pushing
if you're
forward.
trying to take that next
Yeah.
step, I would
Anybody else
probably
can
follow that.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, let's do it.
Everybody can suck it. Like, yeah. Nobody's safe.
Let's take
There's
that.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take the next step. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
boom.
Yeah. The
But
only
if
thing
not-
that matters is what you're doing.
Yeah.
I heard you were about that life.
Yeah.
Let's see
Yeah.
if it's true.
Yeah. Fucking A.
And that's the truth. Goddamn.
This is some fucking righteous beer.
Oh, okay. Could you hand me one behind you? Could you hand me one of those Stellas? Thank you.
No, I just cracked this.
So I had a couple Belgian dudes fucking crash on my couch the other night.
They were the same ones in the bowling
From
alley.
the bowling alley, and so these guys fucking pop in, and one of them's a cinematographer, dude. Here's another crazy story. My life works like this a lot, dude, and some crazy coincidences and shit. These guys are, it's raining like a motherfucker, and these guys aren't staying anywhere. They're taking pictures and documenting their trip, touristy shit. Okay, so when I was 18 years old, I went to Europe. The minute I turned 18, I fucking flew to Europe, lived on the street for like fucking 3 months with my two buddies. I was lucky enough that they helped pay for it and fucking took care of me. But we lived in a 2-man tent, 3 of us, and we had a Eurorail pass, good for 3 months, so you could get on the train. So what you do is, like, what you learn to do is that you just don't have a plan of where the fuck you're going. You just get on trains at nighttime wherever the fuck you land that are gonna go somewhere for 8 hours, so you can sleep, and then you fucking wake up somewhere else and you fucking just meet. Yeah. So, but we had like a bunch of art museums and like shit we wanted to see and check out spots, you know, like. So I fly to London, stay in England for 3-4 days, take the channel over to fucking access our Eurorail pass on the mainland, which is in Belgium, in Brussels, Belgium. First night I'm there. First night we're all there. We got our fucking passports stolen from the hostel we go to. We hang them on the hook on the outside of the door of the showers we're in, and somebody snuck in and fucking stole our passports. So I was stuck in Brussels, Belgium for 2 weeks because I didn't have a passport. I couldn't get out of the country, and I had to go to the embassy, apply for a new one. So, dude, I had no plans of spending. We had no plans. Dude, Brussels was gonna be one day we're fucking out, and then off to fucking, you know, mostly Italy, Spain, France, blah blah blah, bunch of countries. But so
no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. We're living off, dude. I was living off of brie cheese and tomatoes and bread. Like, I was living off of nothing. We're camping in tents and fucking, like, it was.
Have you
it was,
lived on
dude, it was
ramen and
it was
PBR?
so
That sounds
dope.
pretty nice.
Sounds
It was
like
so
my
dope.
fucking child.
It was so dope. Yeah, 100. But I mean,
Right? Cheesy bread.
but so anyways, I got stuck there for fucking 2 weeks and learned a bunch of crazy shit about Brussels, Belgium that I never would have learned had I not got stuck there. Well, these motherfuckers happened in the bowling alley the other night, and it finally validated like my getting stuck in Brussels, Belgium, because I had like an entire
so it
night.
came back
I had an
around.
entire
Okay.
night to talk to these dudes about Brussels, Belgium, because you don't know about Brussels, Belgium. Nobody that I fucking know. No shit. So Brussels, Belgium is the beer capital of the world. There's like 150 breweries in Brussels.
No shit.
That's where NATO's at.
Two
Yeah.
dudes. One
It's-
of them had very good English. The other one had a lot
Yes,
of
he was
European
translating for me.
in his
The cinematographer didn't have very good English, and
Yeah,
the
he
other
had a
guy
lot
was
of
translating.
European
I can't even pronounce their fucking name. They were making fun of me because I couldn't speak French worth their shit. But
Kick him
what?
in the
Anyways,
chest, bro.
so I had numerous people along my fucking trip. You know, while I was there, bring me into their houses, let me stay, just like nice things. So like, and being able to talk to them, I was like, oh fuck, you guys got nowhere to go? Crash at my house. So like, they went back to my house and fucking smoked a bunch of spliffs.
Yeah,
they
no,
showed,
I
they showed me a
left
bunch
that
of dope
night.
French hip
I
hop.
locked up the bitch, and you guys were still.
Because I
sitting
was
out
like,
there.
yo, show me some friendship, you know, like, and I'm asking them all the questions, you know, right? Like the race car questions of like, yo, is it the same there? Like, does it matter that, like, is there like a name because people's skin is a different color? That is it derogatory? Do they use the same one? Like, what the fuck, you know? And apparently they do. Like, that's what matters, which is weird. Like, and it's
So I do know over in Europe, like, you saying Nazi, like, that is like a no-go. Like,
yeah, they're
you
not.
do
Fuck
say
Germany.
that.
Shout out, fuck Germany. I went there and I
Yo, Lithuania in this house, bitch. Fuck Germany. bruh.
I just was not. I don't know. I went to a concentration camp as like a tourist stop on my journey through Europe, and that was just the dumbest. I don't know why they fucking even open those things up for like viewing, and it just ruins your motherfucking day, dog. Like, you should just.
Well, I would never.
I just
go-
want to be
This
depressed
is where,
today.
this is where a quarter of a
Yeah,
million
yeah.
people got put
It's
to
like, look,
death.
See all these scratch marks?
I
It's
don't
from people
fucking know.
dying. Like, what the fuck
This
is
will cheer me up.
this will be fun?
Yeah,
This will be a great
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
time. No.
Yeah, and like.
But it
damn.
is something that people should learn.
It's historical shit, dude. Like, I was at
exactly.
USS Arizona in Hawaii.
I
the
saw that.
fucking, the memorial. And, like, still, like, it was just a few years ago. There's still oil on, like, because it's like, it's a memorial out there, like, above the ship that sank. And to this day, there's still oil
Yeah.
seeping out of that.
It's crazy because it's like an underwater grave. You know? Like, you go out there and you look down on it and you're like, there's fucking people in there. You know? It's weird. That's another weird one. Seeing like shipwrecks and shit like that, you know?
At
been
USS
there.
Arizona, it was like, I respect it, but it was very eerie. And I believe, like,
is.
going to like the Holocaust shit. I don't know if you know
I don't know.
on this topic, but that would be eerie as fuck too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That whole era. So
It would be, it'd be almost wrong, but like that's an emotion that a lot of people probably will never feel.
yeah.
This house is probably a plantation house itself.
You are white.
That was not known up until like a year.
Wait, what? What are you?
So like,
What's your fucking what's your
he's white
what's
as
your
fuck,
gig?
dude.
What's your Dina? What's your Dina's?
Jailhouse sheets white.
What's your Dina's?
But our whole like growing up through like our friendship, we always thought Chad was an Indian.
Yeah, full blood.
Wait, which dot Indian or feather?
No, feather.
Feather Indian.
Yeah, like Montana.
Native.
Indian, like,
Yeah, native.
Native.
And
All growing up. I was told I was
he'd make fun
feather.
of us being white. We'd fucking
No
talk
shit. What
about
did they tell you
Indian.
you were?
The 23andMe bullshit. Turns out I'm only 5%, and my dad was supposedly
Yo,
full
do you-
100.
Damn, you're that guy that the natives are like, fuck, he's here again. He's saying he's native.
No,
We
we used to
know
go
he's
by
not
Chinese.
native.
No, but
He's 5% native.
But that's the thing is like
He's more of us than we are.
I didn't ever like actually really meet any natives, so it's fine.
We just called him an Indian, and like he's
I think,
actually not
dude,
Indian at all.
I mean, look, man, you want to have some sort of fucking spice. You're just all white.
Pretty much.
I don't even know what I am. I don't even
Whatever.
I don't know what I am. That helps me actually. Like,
On my dad's side,
yeah.
I'm 100% Lithuanian.
I don't know who my dad
And
is.
then
Hey.
on my mom's side, it's like
It helps
full
me,
blood. It's
like be able to
all-
accept people
I
better
know.
because
No,
like
that's-
you have to be able to accept things like better.
Yeah.
Like what did they call it? It was like a Heinz 57.
We
Yeah.
That's what my mom is.
Yeah.
And then my dad's like 100% Lithuanian.
We are coming to a closing, so I just want to.
Oh, can I
fuck-
plug shit?
Oh yeah, push
Yeah.
it. Yeah, tell us about Intent Goes, man.
Yeah, we
Let's
didn't
hear
talk about.
it.
I design clothing. Intenttheghost.com. That's INTENTTHAGHOST.
We gotta tell you about
That's
how
a
people
the
don't
with
hear
an
that
A.
spell.
Intent the Ghost.
White people that spell around here, bro.
Go check it out.
He's got
loud.
dope shit.
It's loud. It's loud.
yeah.
If you like loud
You
clothing,
want a
super
statement piece?
comfortable.
Get at the Homeboy Bear.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
Don't question if I love hip hop.
Never.
ever.